capabilities never seen before. This makes the B-21 Raider about 68% less costly than the B-2, while being significantly more capable. Although...
Dude, that's insane. So this is cheaper and even better than the B-2? Oh, Americans and you guys are top of the line in this type of stuff. It is what it is. Today I'll be reacting to American first B-21 Raider the whole world is afraid of. Okay, this will be a crazy one. I'm aware of the B-2 bomber and that's already insane. And you guys are telling me that there is something new, even better probably? Okay, that's crazy. Before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
The bomber fleet has been a cornerstone of this nation's air power, and tonight we roll out the next generation of capability. We prepare to unveil the most capable stealth bomber ever built. This next generation aircraft defines what this nation is capable of in technology for national defense. Digitally designed, enabled, and maintained, the B-21 Raider represents a view into the future and brings it to the here and now.
Wait, what?
7 years to build. 25 plus years of dominance. $630 million bomber.
Okay.
Meet the first B-21 Raider the whole world is afraid of.
Let's see it.
Bombers race is brewing between the US and China. In a move that would put the US ahead in the race, the first B-21 Raider has finally been unveiled after 7 years of development.
Okay, sorry, but I get that there is a tension between China, Russia and America, but let's be real, they probably, I hope I'm not wrong, they don't have anything close to the B-2 bomber, right? So this upgrade seems a bit overkilling almost, you know, an overreaction.
However, for China, this is far from game over.
Oh no.
Like the US, China is working on a brand new bomber with a similar flying wing design as the B-2 Spirit.
Oh, wow.
This new Chinese bomber is known as the Xi'an H-20.
Okay, but that's Chinese, breaks after a week. You guys are safe.
This is only another testament to how well China has managed to stay side by side with the US in the bomber space, despite the US having 25 years of bomber dominance through the $2 billion B-2 Spirit. However, even during this time of B-2 dominance, China has developed its most advanced bomber yet in an attempt to stand its ground against the B-2. This bomber is now known as the H-6.
Oh, it's so ugly. I'm sorry, the B-2 bomber is a work of art. That's ugly. What the? That looks Russian, actually. That's ugly.
Developed from Russia's Tu-16 Badger.
Okay.
This latest stare-down between the two bombers began when 8 B-2s took an elephant walk at the culmination of the recent Spirit Vigilance 22 training exercise in November. China, unwilling to ignore a stare-down, launched an elephant walk of its own, involving 8 H-6 bombers. That was the latest move in the bomber race between the world powers until the unveiling at the Northrop Grumman facility that introduced the world to America's most lethal bomber, the $630 million B-21 Raider. The B-21 Raider. The B-21 Raider is the world's first 6th-generation aircraft, the bomber equivalent of the 6th-generation NGAD fighter under development and born of the B-2 Spirit. The B-21 is designed as an optionally manned bomber that's the lead of a larger family of systems for long-range strikes, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare. The program that would birth the B-21 began in 2011, but it would take 4 years to select a contractor from a heated battle between a Boeing Lockheed Martin team and Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman, with decades of stealth bomber experience from the B-2, won the contract to develop the B-21
Makes
by
sense.
offering the most economical cost for the capabilities requested by the Air Force.
Okay, so there was the government knows what they are doing, so they put two companies competing, the best price. Okay.
Cost is a crucial point to
In China, they contracted AliExpress or Alibaba. I'm not sure.
consider when developing stealth bombers. This was a lesson learned from the B-2, with a cost per unit aircraft similar to the GDPs of some countries. To build the B-21 to requirements with economical costs, Northrop Grumman teamed up with 400 suppliers across 40 states, all operating continuously for the past 7 years, even during the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Of these suppliers are 7 of the world's most reputable companies as Tier 1 suppliers of the program.
Whoa.
These include renowned jet engine manufacturer Pratt & Whitney, the largest defense contractor in Europe, BAE Systems,
Let's
the
go.
world's largest first-tier
I don't know why I said let's go. We are still building something that American use. But okay. But let me say one thing, my friends. I really admire America for this. It's crazy how the technology that you guys have in the military, no one comes close. And you guys, look, I'm proud of that for some reason. So imagine if I was American, I would be so proud. It's insane. This is amazing.
aerostructures manufacturer Spirit Aerosystems, Northrop Grumman's orbital ATK, Rockwell Collins, GKN Aerospace, and Janicki Industries. All these companies, led by Northrop Grumman, developed the B-21 into a $630 million bomber with capabilities never seen before.
Oh,
This
boy.
makes the B-21 Raider about 68% less costly than the B-2, while being significantly more capable. Although
Dude, that's insane. So this is cheaper and even better than the B2? Oh, Americans and you guys are top of the line in this type of stuff. It is what it is.
the B-21 had 2+ decades of technological advancement on its side, this remains a military aviation wonder. Lethal as they like, the Air Force plans to acquire a minimum of 100 B-21s, with the possibility of going as high as 145 units if the bomber can pass its tests in flying colors. Almost
Right.
literally. Once introduced into service, the B-21 will initially work alongside
That stuff that he does with the clouds, I know that's some type of, I don't know, what or I have no idea actually, but it's so cool.
other strategic bombers in the U.S. fleet, including the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-1 Lancer, and the B-2 Spirit, before eventually replacing both the B-1 Lancer and the B-2, marking the end of the B-2 dominance, or maybe a glorious continuation of it in another skin. Either way, the U.S. would have a bomber that would project the might of the U.S. military across every corner of the globe, with the operational range of a ship and the firepower of nuclear weapons. This is what China is up against this time, and their next move in the bomber race could only come from their new Xi'an H-20 bomber, and the country probably knows.
To be honest, you guys should fight some type of copyright with China, because that looks very similar to the B-2 bomber. Copyright strike or something, I don't know. On YouTube, this works, I can tell you by experience. But yeah.
Knows this. In fact, the renderings of H-20 came about the same time as those of the B-21. To know how good an equal of the H-20 would be, it would have to go head-to-head against the B-21. Finally,
Oh,
B-21 versus H-20.
Let's see it.
The American
Okay, I'm accepting some bets. $10 on the B-21. Yeah, let's go.
B-21
André, you are betting alone. Sorry, okay. Makes no sense, but imagine, you know.
against the Chinese H-20. One of these is the most powerful, most advanced bomber ever developed. Which would wear the crown boils down to 3 main categories: stealth, avionics, and armament. Stealth. The B-21 will be built from the ground up as a stealth aircraft, drawing from the stealth experience of the B-2.
Sure.
Alignment of edges, serrated skin panels, masking of the engine with fiber mat skin, and an overall flying wing shape are only some of what to expect. The B-21, like the B-2, will also likely be painted in anti-reflective paint to reduce optical visibility during daylight flights. The undersides will be dark because it flies at high altitudes, over 50,000 feet up. And at that altitude, a dark painting blends perfectly into the sky. To ensure it always blends with the sky, an upward-facing light sensor will be on board the B-21 to alert the pilot to increase or reduce altitude to match the changing illuminance of the sky.
So much information. Okay. Well, let me take a minute. You know what, my friends? I'm sorry. I'm starting to believe over time that that the US government knows aliens. That looks like something that aliens would do, you know what I mean? That's very alienistic type of technology. Is alienistic a word? I'm not even sure. But figure out.
To maintain the stealth features of these flying wing aircraft, they could be stored in specialized air-conditioned hangars that cost at least $5 million. The Chinese H-20 also has a flying wing design and, like the Chinese J-20 fighter, would employ a holistic approach to reduce its radar cross-section. The chimed forebody, modified radar radome, and electroconductive canopy will be shaped to yield a signature performance. Serpentine ducts, a flat fuselage bottom, and sawtooth edges would also come into play for the bomber. But the experience of the Americans in stealth with both the B-2 and the F-35 can hardly be matched anytime soon. After all, F-35 has a radar cross-section tinier than that of a metal golf ball. The B-2 Spirit is currently the stealthiest aircraft in history, and the B-21 is fitting to be stealthier than both of them.
Holy!
Avionics.
Okay, 1-0, America. Let's go.
To make the B-21 more
Avionics, what the hell that means? The way they fly, I'm assuming?
Decisive than previous bombers, the aircraft will feature many advanced and modern avionics systems that form a single integrated system. Some of these systems include a multi-mode radar, a fully digital navigation system integrated with terrain-following radar and GPS guidance, an astro-inertial navigation system to navigate using orbiting bodies in space, an AESA radar, an electronic warfare system, a distributed aperture system, an electro-optical targeting system, among others. Link 16 and a high-frequency satellite link are used for battlefield communications, and a defensive management system to inform the flight crew of possible threats and allow changes to the auto-router's mission planning information while in flight, so it can receive new data quickly to plan a route that minimizes exposure to the discovered dangers for members of the fleet. This makes the B-21 a central point in the sensor fusion system and therefore enables the bomber to be an effective battle manager. For safety and fault detection purposes, an onboard test system will be linked with the majority of avionics on the B-21 to continuously monitor the performance and status of thousands of components and consumables. The H-20 will more or less have a similar lineup of avionics, just the Chinese-made versions of them. The extent of how well they compare to or even surpass their American counterparts is left for the future to tell.
Oh, wow. Okay, this was close on this one, right?
Armament. Much like its predecessor,
this is very important.
The B-21 will be capable of carrying over 30,000 pounds of armament, consisting of a variety of nuclear weapons like the B-61 variable yield nuclear gravity bomb and the long-range standoff nuclear cruise missile, along with a number of conventional weapons. Absorbing the ability of the B-1 Lancer, the B-21 would be able to launch Lockheed Martin's long-range anti-ship missile. It would also wield modern weapons, such as Boeing's GPS-guided Joint Direct Attack munition, which are designed to engage targets from the greatest distances. All of these would make the B-21 the ideal stealth aircraft to engage surface combatant ships in places like the South China Sea. According
André, do you understand everything that is being said in terms of technology, nukes and stuff like that? No. But seems impressive. And, you know, to be honest, I rate this type of stuff by the looks, and they actually look similar, both, but I'm going with the original.
To the United States Department of Defense,
And in my mind, I still think the A-10 Warthog can defeat both.
the H-20 is expected to wield a minimum of 22,000 pounds of armament that enable China to reliably threaten U.S. targets as far away as Hawaii and beyond. It is important to note that not much is known about the exact details surrounding the H-20, as it remains a Chinese Air Force secret. However, on paper and timeline, the B-21 does have an edge over the Chinese bomber.
Yeah, much
and
better.
for that reason, the B-21 wants you to subscribe to this channel and give this
And to
video
my
a
channel
like.
also.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, this was amazing, my friends. I actually have been missing reacting to military stuff. There is a lot of people reacting to military stuff on YouTube, but a lot of times are people that end up working in the military and stuff. I'm a bit different. I know almost zero about this type of stuff, and I rate, like I said, by the looks. If looks insane, it's probably insane. That's how. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Really means a lot that you guys end up spending this time with me. Like I said, this was a lot of fun. Do not forget to leave a like. See you in the next one. Bye.